Good afternoon. Please stand and join us in the pledge to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, could everyone please remain standing for the national anthem?
Hello and good afternoon. Superintendent Murphy, Assistant Superintendent Connolly, Principal Watkins, school committee members, administration, faculty, parents, families, guests, and of course, the graduates of the class of 2018. I'd like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2018 for Mansfield High School. My name is John Cooney, and I am the president of the class of 2018. I am beyond honored to be standing before you today as my peers and I turn the final page in our high school careers. The class of 2018 will be perhaps the most underrated group of students to graduate from this school. Flying under the radar for 4 years, the students behind me have quietly led Mansfield High School to new heights. Over the past 4 years, and particularly during our senior year, this class has accomplished a great deal. We have continued the standard of academic excellence in Mansfield. Our basketball team brought the town its first ever state championship. While our band program won a national championship. And our track team maintained its dominance with another state title as well. A number of other sports teams have also had their finest seasons in recent memory, including, I'll mention, our baseball team that looks to clinch a Super 8 berth today. In the wake of a tragic school shooting, we saw a student-led movement to mourn the senseless loss of life. This came as no surprise to me, as it was an extension of the leadership that this class demonstrates every day. This is, of course, the class who started the renowned ping pong club. Individually, there are countless students attending fine institutions next year. And by the way, Nick Highland is going to Brown University for anyone that he hasn't told already. Although there may not be any record of this, I would argue that more students in our grade are playing collegiate sports than ever before. Not too shabby. And last, but certainly not least, we have several students planning to serve our country in the bravest fashion imaginable by joining the United States military. So, as I was writing the speech, I've thought to myself, what will be that one piece of advice that I can leave your peers with? That one unifying message that will leave you all scratching your heads and contemplating your lives. Well, I guess I didn't get that far. I look at everything my peers, my friends, have done, and I am amazed, astonished, stupefied. No, really, like completely flabbergasted. There have been times during the school year where I've honestly felt bad about myself in seeing the hard work others have put forth. Yeah, I'm the jealous type. I cannot give you all that corny piece of advice that every class president gives, because you do not need it. And to be honest, I don't really want to give you that advice. If your tenacity and enthusiasm for life persist, you all do just fine out there, as you have for 4 absolutely magical years. With that being said, I do want to leave you with 2 very brief pieces of practical advice that I think are more meaningful than the old go get 'em Tiger theme. First off, take care of yourself and be there for those around you. Mental health is just as important as your physical health, and we can be the generation that turns concept into reality by offering that helping hand or listening ear that so many secretly need. The days of silent suffering can, should, and must end with us. To quote the legendary statistician Kevin Smith, just don't be mean. Finally, can you please just give a damn about our planet? I like Earth, and I would appreciate it if we could all do our parts to keep it inhabitable. I don't think it's too much to ask that you treat the planet with the respect it deserves as the only body in the solar system capable of supporting life. I am certain that the great people here today can meet these requests along with everything else they may aspire towards. With that, I thank you and wish all of you congratulations and good luck. At this time, I would like to introduce Superintendent Murphy for her remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome. It is my honor to address you today. I'd like to extend well wishes to all of you in the audience. I've met parents, siblings, grandparents and great-grandparents, step-parents, aunts and uncles and cousins, extended family, and very close family friends. I say to our graduates, how fortunate you are to have people in your lives who surround you with love as we celebrate your important milestone. Our audience is also comprised of people from Mansfield High School who have made this event come together so beautifully. Our musicians in the orchestra pits, your class advisors, school committee members, teachers, paraprofessionals, custodians, office assistants, and administrators. For all who collaborated to create these commencement exercises at Xfinity Center, I say thank you. We have a unique situation in that we have 2 of your Mansfield High School principals on this stage. Mrs. Watkins, who began her career as a principal as you completed your senior year, and Assistant Superintendent Connolly, who served as your principal during your freshman through junior years. I salute both of them for their contributions to your education. As superintendent of schools, this is my first high school graduation speech. I've been mulling on what I wanted to say for a while, and had pretty much decided that my theme would be the power of words. The impact of words is great. Written essays help some of you get accepted into a desired university. Words can break or mend a relationship. Social media means our words never really expire. We collaborate on Google Docs, and texting keeps us close. Remember that next year when you're far from your parents. In a few minutes, the senior choir will present a musical selection, which has powerful lyrics, including this line. The seniors will say, I want to do something that matters. Say something different. Something that sets the whole world on its ears. That line moves me each time I hear it sung. It's the impact of words. 7 years ago, June 2011, actually it was June 27, 2011, that was the year you had to make up every one of the snow days. As principal of the Jordan Jackson School, I delivered remarks at your 5th grade graduation. The other day I looked back to see what I had said on that day and found that I had a similar theme, the power of words. The really interesting part of it was that I had created what I called a collage of words out of your words. I had asked the 5th grade you to write to me about your experiences in Mansfield elementary schools. At the time, what you wrote was applicable to your 12-year-old selves. It's uncanny though, because as I reread those words, I realized that what you young students said then is just as meaningful today as you prepare to go off after graduation, to serve our country, to learn a trade or life skills, to go to college, or whatever adventure awaits you. So I'm going to share a couple of those pearls of wisdom with you now. Claudia wrote eloquently about that mantra, try your best. She said that your teachers and parents know your best work, and that they're always proud of you because you tried. But the flip side is also true. She said as long as you try your best, you can be happy with yourself. Audrey described the way her teachers helped her to learn to think. If you asked a question in class, she said, you usually didn't get an answer right away. Those teachers would just keep asking you questions. I said that this has set you up for life because you need to keep asking questions until you can find the right answer. As many of you leave your families' homes for the first time, Lily's 5th grade wisdom applies. She wrote, with independence comes responsibility. She said, if you're given independence but don't show responsibility, your independence will be taken away. Lily added, that means you need to think for yourself, make the right decisions, and use your independence wisely. Jareen wrote about collaboration. Teamwork, he said, allows you to have a part of the conversation. You take everybody's ideas and make them stronger. What Jareen described is a soft skill that will be required for you to succeed in your careers and during college. Finally, as you leave Mansfield High School, you should heed a former classmate's advice. He wrote, I will remember all the amazing friends I made. Every year, no matter how few people I knew, I always found a new and unique friend. I know that by the end of next year, I'll have even more friends that will be just as great and one of a kind as all the rest. Friendship, teamwork, independence, thinking skills, giving your best effort, responsibility, the power of words. If you are leaving Mansfield High School with those skills intact, then you surely will be highly successful wherever you go. In conclusion, as Superintendent of Schools, I offer, on behalf of the entire Mansfield Public School community, my congratulations on your achievements and best wishes on your graduation. I am so proud of each one of you, and I can't wait to see where you go in life. Congratulations. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Nick Highland, and I'm the Valedictorian of the class of 2018. Graduation Day is a day to celebrate all we have achieved over our years in the Mansfield school system.
This day has always seemed so far off, but here we are. While we celebrate this important milestone and look to the future, let's not forget to look back upon the long journey that has gotten us to this point. For most of us, it all started back at the Robinson School. As we boarded the bus for the first time, we were all alone and facing the many fears we had about school. But as we worried about missing our parents and not being able to make it through the day, our minds were put at ease with each new friend we made. It didn't hurt that we only had to make it through a half day of kindergarten before heading home. If only we had that schedule this year during our bouts of senioritis. Looking back, our Robinson years may seem like a cakewalk, but they weren't without struggle. It was during these years that we saw Wonderworks, everyone's favorite playground, torn to the ground. We learned a lot through all of these experiences at the Robinson. By the time we reached the Jordan Jackson, we were really hitting our stride, and we were more excited than ever to learn. I still vividly remember rushing out to the mailbox each August to find out who my teacher would be. I'd shuffle through the mail until I found the letter, rip it open to see my new teacher's name, and then run back inside to make my mom call all of my friends to see who they had gotten. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has stories like that. When our elementary school years were finally over, we were prepared for all the challenges that middle school could throw at us. When we first got to the middle school, we faced some big changes. Small, cozy classes turned into large teams, and we no longer had a single teacher guiding us every step of the way. While we had just been at the top of the JJ food chain, we were now right back on the bottom at QMS, and we learned to fear the dreaded 8th grade hallway. However, with all this intimidating change came a whole bunch of exciting new things. It was at the QMS that we finally had a bit of independence. We definitely weren't little kids anymore, as we could tell by the fact that we were finally trusted to have our own lockers. One of my favorite memories from the QMS was the egg drop. This was a project in which all of the 6th graders were tasked with making a contraption that could keep an egg safe from a high drop. For most of us, including myself, the egg drop ended in discouragement as we walked over to see our eggs smashed on the pavement. Others, however, were encouraged by this project to explore their futures. Like Claire Wells, for example, who will be studying aerospace engineering next year. Yes, she's literally going to be a rocket scientist. Middle school was also a time for us to explore new interests. Between theater classes, band, orchestra, and intramural sports after school, there was an opportunity for everyone to explore their interests outside of the classroom. The QMS perfectly transitioned us into high school. As with our first year at QMS, the start of high school was a bit overwhelming. When we came into the high school as freshmen, we were all a bit naive. I know I'm not the only one who wandered the halls looking for the fabled third-floor pool, only to find out that it didn't exist at all. Although we came into the high school as wide-eyed little freshmen, we leave today as mature young adults, and I think that stands as a testament to the quality of our high school education. Through our 4 years here, we have been given the opportunity to take classes in numerous subjects, and this has helped many of us figure out what we want to pursue in the future. The high school has also taught us how to keep busy and balance our schoolwork with sports, work, clubs, and other extracurriculars. We've gathered together as a school community and shown our spirit in many ways. One of my favorite events this year was the Mr. Mansfield competition. 5 of our classmates here today competed hard for the title. I know that Nicholas Ferez ended up winning the crown as voted by the judges, but my vote still has to go to Connor Anglin and his amazing scooter tricks. While the individual memories we have from our journey through school are important, it is the people who we have met along the way that we will remember the most. We must remember to thank all of our teachers and administrators who have provided a positive learning environment and allowed us to reach our full potentials, our family members who have been with us every step of the way, cheering on our accomplishments and picking us up when we stumbled along the journey, and lastly, the members of the class of 2018. Together, we've shared some of the greatest moments of our lives so far and pushed each other to be the best that we can be. While our journey together may be over, the friendships we form will last for years to come. We leave Mansfield schools prepared to go out into the world and succeed. Congratulations once again to the class of 2018. Thank you.
I now invite the senior band members to make their way to the pit. I would like to introduce the Mansfield High School Band, directed by Mr. Matthew McGuire. The band will now perform Abram's Pursuit by David Holsinger.
afternoon. My name is Ananya Sahu, and I'm the valedictorian for the class of 2018. Before we begin, I just want to thank you for having me speak in front of you today. It's an honor to represent this amazing class on our special day. I also just want to take a moment to thank all of our teachers, staff, and family members who have helped us to get to where we are today. Let's give them a huge round of applause. During our time at Mansfield High School, we have all had to endure challenges of some sort. Personally, I've always struggled with public speaking. In fact, this is probably the first time many of you are even hearing my voice. When I was younger, I wouldn't speak much at all in school. I rarely raised my hand in class, and I feared giving presentations in front of audiences of maybe 30 or so. Even just a few weeks ago, I was contemplating asking Mrs. Frias to find someone else to take my role as a speaker. The fact that I am standing up here today, in front of you all, giving this valedictory, is monumental. It's incredible how so much can change in such little time. It certainly is strange for me, but right now, in this moment, I'm conquering my greatest fear, the very thing that would have petrified my younger self. I want you all to do what I've just done today. No matter where you go in the next few months, you will come face to face with your fears at some point or another. You'll face challenges and hardships over the span of your entire life. I want you, class of 2018, to stand up to those fears, to overcome them. It's not easy, but if I can do it, I'm certain that you can too. Now, many of us here today fear the uncertainty that the future entails. When I was told a few weeks ago that I'd be giving a speech today, I was told to advise you all about the future. I don't know what lies ahead for me, and you may not either, but a lot of people seem to have it all planned out. Some of you know exactly what you want to study, where you want to go, who you want to become. You may see me standing up here today and think, she's got everything figured out. The truth is, I don't. I don't know a single thing about life that you don't know. I haven't lived longer. I don't have more experiences. I don't have the wisdom to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing moving forward. To be honest, I don't know what the future has in store for us. I don't know where we'll end up or who we'll become. Society may have led us to believe that only the students who do well in high school go on to become successful. There's some of us here today carrying cords and pins and medals and even recognition for being in the top 10. There's some of us who don't have any of those things, but that's perfectly okay because what we'll all be carrying in just a few moments, each one of us sitting here today, is our diplomas. And that's what really matters. Class of 2018, we have all just done something huge. We have just graduated high school. None of us did it better than the others, not even me or Nick. We simply did it differently. I've met tons of people over the last 4 years, and I can tell you that all of them are incredible in some way or another. Class of 2018, you are smart. You are kind. You are funny. You are bold. You are talented. You are gifted. You are everything that Mansfield High School represents, but you are all different. After today, we restart from the beginning. We are inexperienced young adults who will be taking our first steps out into the real world. I don't know where our lives will take us, but what I do know is this. We all deserve to achieve our dreams. And our dreams, like us, are all different. No matter what path you take, no matter what your definition of success is, you all deserve to see the day when you truly become the person you aspire to be. Thank you.
I would like to introduce the Mansfield High School Senior Choir, directed by Miss Sheila Newton. The choir will now sing "I Was Here," arranged by Alan Billingsley.
You will notice me. I'll be leaving my mark like initials carved in an old oak tree. You wait and see. Maybe I'll write like Twain wrote. Maybe I'll paint like Van Gogh. You're the common cold. I don't know, but I'm ready to start, 'cause I know in my heart I wanna do something that matters, say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time I've been given, and I wanna try to touch a few hearts in this life. I'll need nothing less than something that says I was here. I will prove you wrong. If you think I'm all talk, you're in for a shock, 'cause this makes you strong, and before too long, maybe I'll compose symphonies, maybe I'll fight for world peace, 'cause I know it's my destiny to leave more than a trace of myself in this place. I wanna do something that matters, say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time I've been given, and I wanna try to touch a few hearts in this life. I need nothing less than something that says I was here. I was here. I was here. I wanna do something that matters, say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time I've been given, and I know that I will do more than just pass through this life. I need nothing less than something that says I was here. I was here. I was
Parents, teachers, administration, friends, and everyone else that's here today, on behalf of the student body at Mansfield High School, please join me in congratulating the class of 2018. My name, if you couldn't hear from the audience, is Valerie Benora, and I am honored to be the president of the class to follow this one. It is an honor to be a part of celebrating the graduating class of 2018 from Mansfield High School. I am sure teachers, peers, and myself can all agree the class of 2018 is like no other. They not only have stood out as individuals, but as an entire class. Year after year of engaging with this class, I must admit They are not only impressive, but also extremely entertaining. The class of 2018 has set the bar high, from basketball state champions to consistently winning the track Hockomock League. This class seems to always give the entire Mansfield community something to celebrate. These celebrations not only brought pride in being a Mansfield Hornet, but brought pride in the Mansfield community together. I am not sure how the Nest is going to be the same without them, their spirit, and Connor Anglin dressing up nearly every game. Although they were loud and a bit rowdy, their goal was to always cheer on the team, whether it was a basketball game or girls' soccer. Their character even extends beyond the bleachers. From being an athlete to topping their class and after-school activities, they could do it all. This class showed the class 2019 and classes that follow how to have fun, have spirit, and yet still have dedication to your commitments. Without this class, we would not have the Mansfield spirit we have today. Although they do not need it, I wish this class the best of luck. I know wherever you go or whatever you do, you will make an impact. On behalf of the student body, we would like to thank you for your gift of picnic tables outside the modular classroom for us to use at our leisure. Lastly, the class 2019 would like to thank you for finally letting us take over the senior parking lot. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2018.
I would like to introduce the Mansfield High School Orchestra, directed by Miss Gail Colombo. The orchestra will now perform Molly on the Shore by Percy Aldridge Granger.
Class of 2018, as you move forward into the bright future, I thought it important to pass on wisdom that is practical, easy to understand and remember, that connects you to history and shares key truths about the human experience. Rather a tall order in a single speech, I'm afraid. In thinking about a theme or topic that might cover all of that, I first talked to Mr. Connolly, our assistant superintendent, and my predecessor, who has plenty of experience speaking at graduation. He sent me a copy of his famous graduation speech, The Road to Hana, in which he talks about his honeymoon trip to Hawaii. The essential message being that life isn't just about getting to the next destination, it's about enjoying the journey along the way. And I hope I did that justice, Mr. Connolly. Okay, thank you. After a reread, actually, I felt mostly inadequate to the task, and I started thinking that a trip to Hawaii would be pretty great right about now. Well, then I called my mother, and my mother spoke at her own high school graduation, and I wanted to get her perspective. The end result of that conversation was a reminder from Mom, yet again, that not only did she speak at her graduation, but also that both of my grandmothers spoke at their high school graduations. That's all three of them. Of course, I broke that tradition, as I was not approached by the administration of my high school to speak at graduation. Mom, I really do think that this should count. And so my mind wandered to Hawaii, to my mother and grandmothers, and then back to thoughts of an island vacation, and then to just how much I miss my grandmothers. And then somehow my brain jumped from thoughts of the South Pacific to music from the hit Disney movie Moana, which is very catchy and features tropical islands and ancestors. This does make sense on some level, since I've been forced to stream the Moana soundtrack in my car for the better part of a year and a half, thanks to my 5-year-old. And so, class of 2018, my message to you today is the message of 3 grandmothers, my own 2, Ruth and Frances, and Tala, Moana's grandmother from the movie. I thought I would share their stories and pass on any wisdom that may be there. There's a lot, but I'm just going to focus on a few key phrases that I can hear my own grandmothers say to me on most days, and which I can hear Moana's granny singing in my head. I feel quite lucky to have had grandmothers with me up through my late 30s. I grew up in a military family, and so as my family moved around, my grandmothers stayed put, and their homes, though in very different parts of the country, served as anchors for me over the years. My grandmother Ruth was the daughter of a coal miner and a Polish immigrant in the Shenandoah Valley of Pennsylvania. She graduated high school on June 6, 1944, D-Day, when Allied forces landed on the Normandy beaches in World War II. And so my babshi, as we called her, told me that there were no boys at graduation, or at prom for that matter, because they were all at war. The girls danced together, and the parents of the boys accepted their diplomas for them. My babshi went on to graduate from college. She was a first-grade teacher and a reading specialist. Babshi's real gift was in her relentless optimism, curiosity, and persistence in the face of a challenge. I recall the day that she was attacked by a swarm of hornets and then fought back with a can of Raid and a tennis racket. She was always dressed for success and owned a costume jewelry collection that was outstanding, and I'm wearing one of her pieces today. She traded actively on the stock market and was quite good at it. She wore high heels every day, and in her old age, was only able to wear high heels for fear of falling otherwise. My babshi lived by the phrase, life by the yard is hard, but life by the inch is a cinch. And this is something I constantly remember when facing a challenge. I tell myself, don't be overwhelmed,
problems can be solved. Break them down into small steps, get some momentum going, and you'll be just fine. Also, dress well and maybe carry a tennis racket. My grandmother, Frances, was the second youngest of 16 children from a small town in East Tennessee. Neither of her parents could read or write. Until the day she died, she hated peaches and strawberries due to many summers of picking them. This was back when summer was for working in the fields to keep the family afloat. Grandma Sully, as we called her, was born before women could vote. She went to college, one of two from her family to pursue post-secondary education. She was a stay-at-home mom whose house was open to every kid in the neighborhood. Grandma Sully was an avid sports fan. She was recruited for her high school's girls' basketball team. They actually had one in the 1930s. Her male coach drove out to the family farm to convince her father to allow her to wear giant culotte shorts that came down to her knees rather than a skirt, so that she could join the team and wear the uniform. Grandma Sully loved basketball and broke her hip in her 70s playing in a pickup game with a bunch of 8th graders. But above all, my Grandma Sully possessed a wit and sense of humor that was unmatched. Her goal always was to get a good, genuine laugh out of whomever she interacted with. And so laughter is one thing that grounds me, and which I have come to believe is critical to managing the ins and outs of life. I want to encourage you to develop good jokes, practice them, and enjoy as much laughter as possible with friends and family. And now there is one grandmother left to discuss, Moana's grandmother, Tala. To give you some background on the film, the music by many artists, including Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame, really delivers, and I now have every word memorized. Sometime this winter, I moved from listening to the soundtrack because I had to really listening to the lyrics. The story of Moana is an ancient myth of Polynesian origin. Moana is the daughter of the village chief who is called beyond her small island to find and return to the goddess Te Fiti her heart, which was stolen by the demigod Maui. Ultimately, Moana is successful in her mission, returns Te Fiti's heart, and saves her people, and of course, encounters and overcomes many challenges along the way. Throughout it all, Moana's quirky grandmother, Tala, is with her, either physically or in spirit, reminding her to listen to the quiet voice inside and allow it to guide her no matter what. Part of the reason I am drawn to the film Moana is because of the relationship between Moana and Tala, which parallels my own experience, and I'm sure your experience, with those who have passed on, but whose memories live in our hearts. I can hear my grandmothers often. Tala is known as the village crazy lady. She does her own thing, but she's confident and happy. Though a little nutty, you can appreciate that she is greatly respected by those on her island. When Moana is most defeated and ready to give up on her mission, Tala appears to her in a vivid vision. She comforts her. She tells her how proud she is of her. And she asks her gently, "Moana, do you know who you are?" And in answering the question honestly and simply, Moana finds herself again, and she realizes that the voice calling and urging her forward is actually the voice from within. Moana's confidence is restored and her mission renewed. And so I ask you, class of 2018, do you know who you are? And the answer to that question is yes, yes you do. As you head off beyond Mansfield High School and answer your own call to adventure, please don't let other people control your emotions or tell you who or what you're supposed to be. Choose what you're interested in and then ignore everybody else and just go do it like Moana. Listen to the true voice inside and turn the volume up. Don't dismiss it. What I can vouch for from my grandmother's examples and even Tala's fictional example is that building a happy life comes from a place of deep self-confidence that is earned by racking up small victories and overcoming daily challenges with optimism, persistence, and a sense of humor, and also by aligning yourself with people who love and support you. And these women, to me, demonstrated these qualities and understandings in spades. I also encourage each of you to gain some perspective about those who have come before you and your family and in your community. Each in their own way, whether in large or small part, and according to their ability, contributed to getting you here today. In the same way, remember to pay it forward to those following you and give back generously in whatever way you are able. If you get stuck, remember what my Bapshi always says. Life by the yard is hard, but life by the inch is a cinch. And follow Grandma's Sully lead by finding the humor in all situations. Finally, like Tala, I encourage you to listen to that true voice inside you, which sometimes speaks only in a whisper. You know who you are. Class of 2018, you have everything it takes and more. I am so proud of you, and I know that an amazing future awaits you. Thank you so much for everything you have done for your school. You will always hold a very special place in my heart. Thank you. All right, class of 2018, you have met all requirements of the program of studies established by the School Committee of Mansfield and by the state of Massachusetts. And it is now my honor to award you your diplomas.
John Winthrop Cooney. Peter Michael Lally. Anna Louise Kemp. Brianna Elizabeth Corrigan. Ananya Sahu. Nicholas Paul Highland. Sarah Audra. Cindy Jahwal Gu. Samuel Robert Highland. Brittany Grace Larm. Dana Leanne Miller. Jalej Singh. Claire Elizabeth Wells. Abdullah Kinan Alihul. Lydia Leila Aluani. Cullen James Anastasia. Adam Richard Anastos. William Francis Anderson. Connor Lewis England. Marley Aaliyah Archer. Timothy Gregory Arnold. Emma Rebecca Ascoli. Scott Edward Austin. Ashley Margaret Baldwin. Kyle Louis Barboza. Justin Lowe Barter. Claudia Maria Beasley. Victoria Lee Bent. Maya Josephine Campbell. Go up, Sam. So I'm going to call you next, Sam. So go up. Samantha Elizabeth Beelan. Nicole Elizabeth Berluti. Hold on one second. What is his name? I am missing a name from my list. Cyrus is on the other side. Who's this in front of him? Tyler Bolter. You know what his middle name is? Oh. Tyler Davidson Bolter. He's out of order. Thank you. Cyrus Bernstein. Kaylee Catherine Bossinger. Kelsey Jane Brady. Madison Marie Brady. Harrison Robert Brait. Charlotte K. Briefpills. Edward Matthew Beiser. Anissa Stephanie Bukoris. Julia Rose Burnham. Lauren Elizabeth Cabana. Catherine Margaret Campbell. Cameron Nicole Karabitsis. Liam Matthew Carey. Maeve Catherine Carney.
Shaylin Marie Cardy. Samuel Robert Kavicki. Dylan Eidman Charette. Anya Lynn Elizabeth Charmont. Cassidy Maya Haley Charmont. Devin Nash Chatterjee. Talia Marie Check. Sydney Lauren Chinsky. Max Anthony Sinelli. Caitlin Helen Kogan. Thomas Malcolm Samuel Conrad. John Thomas Cleary. John Richard Cole. Tali Gabrielle Cohen. Leannon Elaine Collins. Tess Catherine Collins. Jenna Danae Comer. Kelly Marie Connery. Sean Nelson Clark. Samuele Christian Conti. McCaney Ann Copperini. John Joseph Corboy. Angela Marie Corkery. Madison Elizabeth Carina. Shalea Juanita Kulangas. Joseph Brendan Cox. Kevin Joseph Crawford. Jenna Lauren Crossley. Natalie Grace Cuniff. Kyle James Cushman. Heather Jeanette D'Ambra. Catherine Isabel D'Angelo. Alexandra Teresa Da Silva. Daniel Joseph DiGirolamo. Tyler Richard Dalton. Patrick Edward Shea. Patrick Donald Dean. Courtney Mary Dean. Andrew Delcia. Jareem Michael DiLorenzo. Jake David Dion. Kaylee Elizabeth Doherty. Thomas James Donnelly. Kevin Andrew Dow. Sarah Ann Doyle. Kiana Dunner. Amber Lillian Durant. Logan Nicholas Enstrom. Alan Richard Eilertson. Colin Antoine Utse. Catherine Diane Farley. Matthew Thomas Ferrara. Alexander Joseph Perez. Hunter Dylan Christopher Ferreira. Haley Morgan Finnerty. Jesse William Foti. Jared Harris Gabrilowitz. Nicholas Carlton Gage. Alexandra Brianna Gardner. Peter Michael Gartland. Peyton Lee Geddes. Nicholas Anthony Ferez. Caitlin Adelina Gomes. Allison Noel Harrington. Theodore George Harrington. Haley Patricia Grant. Sebastian Maxwell Gwen. Kyle John Haley. David Scott Herring II. Julia Morgan Harrison. Jason Richard Haugen. Madison Yvonne Hoy. Ainsley Burr Heaton. Lily Renee Heitebelto. Richard Carter Hobbs IV. Karen Juliette Holmes. Justin Dean Holtz. Ashley Marie Homer. Nicholas Jeffrey Horn. Benjamin Jacob Horowitz. Elizabeth Ann Howarth. Catherine Michelle Hunt. Joshua William Hunter. Emily Alice Iarardo. Ali Elias Israel. Muhammad Suleiman Anjasato Jakalaksana. Amulia Jaldu. Maxwell Lloyd Jordan. Megan Teresa Joyce. Megan Elizabeth Hill. Christopher Shea Kelleher. Allison Rose Kelleher. Andre Rafal Glanda. Jack Liam Kelly. Julia Carol Kellogg.
Brett Aaron Kessler. Jillian Taylor Kern. Genevieve Rosa Otia Kilgore. Aya Kitchka. Megan Grace Kures. Lily Clayman. Sean Timothy Lenzillo. Sarah Margaret Lamson. Jordan Elizabeth Leonard. Ellie Delaney Laird. Ariana Michaela Lichardi. Rose Olivia Levine. Michaela Vivian Leterio. Brianna Marie Litzy. Isabella Soleil Longton. Rachel Danielle Lombardi. Nanina Marie Lopez. Brendan Richard Loomer. Marcia Bernadine Louis. Emily Joan Lorenz. Amanda Meredith MacDonald. Nicholas Manuel Laura. Anurag Kumar Macha. Sarah Julie MacDonald. Sean Patrick Farrington. Sophia Marie Madonna Lenvi. Anne Margaret Marr. Mohammed Mashudi. Jessica Lauren Mann. Nicole Alicia Mann. Olivia Margaret Marciano. Anthony Joseph Maurice. Audrey Faith Martin. Joseph Ashraf Masood. Emily Ann Maynard. Madison Marie McAllister. Patrick James McCafferty. Ross Paul McCarthy. John Winslow McCoy. Kevin Paul McCree II. Haley Brooke McGowan. Victoria Abigail Mackay. Danielle Marie McCurvey. Eric Richard McQuiggan. Daniel Rye Medeiros. Haig Deegan Megardishian. Sarah Antonia Melendez. Nicholas John Menz. Griffin Zachary Milas. Colleen Teresa Moody. Maggie Rose Moran. Annalisa Rose Morganelli. Emily Rose Morin. Anna Cameron Morrill. Victoria McCurgy. Jack Andrew Monroe. Jackson Ralph Murphy. Ashley Jesse Debelay. Emma Marie Neary. Madeline Jane Neary. Daniel Scott Nelson. Emma Catherine Nelson. Stanislav Adam Nosovitsky. Abigail Rose O'Brien. Daniel Michael O'Brien. Christina Elizabeth O'Connell. Ryan Paul O'Hara. Jolie Ann O'Neill. Curtis McNeil O'Regan. Rachel Isabel O'Sullivan. Sarah Ann O'Sullivan. Emma Young Aldo. Tucker Benjamin Olin. Paige Elizabeth Oliveira. Andrew Benjamin Oppenheim. Nathan Paul Pasquarello. Riley Pendleton Pace. Sean Patel. Justin Imad Pena. Tyler Lawrence Oakley. Ryan Edward Otto. Allison Emily Reef. Livia Angel Petrillo. Emily Rose Penta. Matthew Richard Petrillo. Cullen Todorov Petrov. Ernani Christian Casimiro Piers. Daniel Jeffrey Plugis. Emily Rose Pryor. Kevin Patrick Pryor. Anthony Joseph Pasillo. Daniel Miroslav Radev. Mayank Vinayak Rao. Antonio Barbosa Pacheco Resendez. Kelly Marie Reynolds. Michelle Riachi. Colin Thomas Rice. Sean Michael Richards. Brett Allen Roberts. Patrick Joseph Rogers. Emma Caroline Rooney. Elizabeth Grace Rowe. Alexis Elizabeth Sabatino. Benjamin David Salden. Catherine Adeline Sapovitz. Jake Anthony Severia. Molly Rose Scarpino. Rachel Joy Schlager. Robert Abraham Seba. Michael William Sestak. Kaylee Mae Scott. Sarah Emily Schmidt. Daniel Benjamin Shackett. Michael Christopher Shannon. Hunter Michael Shea. Patrick Aiden Shea. John Daniel Sheehan. William Francis Shield. Mary Elizabeth Scholes. Julia Marie Simonelli. Julia Nicole Simons. Julie Catherine Trask. Danielle Sally Skinner. Shannon Lee Smith. Taylor Rena Smith. Dylan Thomas Tivnan. Lindsay Marie Spencer. Hannah Grace Sternberg. Emma Rose Swansberg. Erica Elizabeth Tallman. Ibrahim Jad Tamimi. Juan Ignacio Targa Sanchez. Jack Christopher Tarleton. Callie Elizabeth Tavares. Jillian Taylor Tavares. Jake Theo Tenike. Jordan Marcus Teveno. John William Souza. Madeline Jamie Tomaso. Mary Elizabeth Smargon. Kira Marie Travers. John Joseph Talija. Olivia Christine Valentine. Krishna Vijaya Kumar. Justin Walter Vine. Andrew Philip Walsh. Lily Elizabeth Walsh. Jordan Blake Weiner. Matthew Hollis Weiner. Lauren Elizabeth Weinstein. Nicholas Paul Wisniewski. Charisse Danielle Lee Works. Stephanie Maeve Wright. Elena Teresa Yagubian.
All right. Class of 2018, please rise. Okay. Seniors, take those tassels. Now turn those tassels from the right to the left. It is my honor to present to you the graduates of the Mansfield High School class of 2018.